Ladies and gentlemen, Henry Confidential on another episode of There Will Be Trivia Total Recall 2. These are going to be consecutive posts up now, as you know, same outfit. We have a good one today because Kevin Poss, he just had a really fantastic match in round one against Scott Harvey. You'd maybe consider that an upset since Kevin is a geek player. And Sean Sandberg, if you know him, you know him, you know he's a beast, and you know that he can bring it any day of the week, and I'm thinking that's what he's going to do. He came in there with the backwards hat, kind of feeling himself, so let's see what they have to say right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling myself a little bit more after that last match. Starting to feel like I'm getting back into the groove of things, which is nice. But, once again, absolutely anything can happen, and I'm just here to have fun now. I'm actually enjoying it a lot more as a byproduct of that. So, best of luck to Kevin tonight, and yeah, let's get going.
Hey, how's it going? I actually agree with Sean 100%. I like the laid back feel of this, and yeah, I would fully say that the win against Scott was an upset. So I'm happy to be here in round three, and just best of luck to Sean, and let's see what we got.
Bada bing, bada boom. That's how we roll. So, you all know how this goes. I want to shout out Joseph Olivas. He actually wrote this match for me. As you see in one of the most recent uploads, he unfortunately just lost to Jay Cruikshank. So, since he's not in the tournament anymore, he decided he wanted to write a match. So, he's taken all of his frustrations out on you two. Locked in. If you need to go to multiple choice for 1 point, go to multiple choice. And if you want to lock it for 2 points, you're more than welcome. First question. And since it's Joseph, I'm going to say the categories, even though we don't do categories here, but Joseph wanted to write categories, and I don't want to waste his time. Category 1, sci-fi. What sci-fi film features performances from Sam Rockwell, Missy Pyle, Tony Shalhoub, and Alan Rickman? Just a reminder, if you need to go to multiple choice, you are more than welcome to, but I won't force you. As I'm making thumbnails for other matches because I don't have a co-host, so I'm just going to let you guys sit in silence as I write. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are we both locked in?
Locked in.
All right, I had a feeling. Let's start off with Sean.
By Grabthar's Hammer, Galaxy Quest.
And Paz.
I said Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Ooh, the other one. The more underrated one in people's eyes, even though some people also consider Galaxy Quest underrated. Question 2. Marlon Brando received his first Best Actor Oscar nomination for portraying Stanley Kowalski in what 1950s drama?
I'll go multiple, Henry.
All right. Sean, are you locked in?
I'm locked in.
All right, so just for pause here. Is it A, On the Waterfront, B, A Streetcar Named Desire, C, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, or D, The Wild One? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start off with Sean, potentially for 2 points.
A Streetcar Named Desire.
And Paz for 1.
See, A Streetcar Named Desire.
All right. Wait, what one did you say?
I said C. C. I erased it, but
C was A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Unfortunately.
oh shit, my bad. Well, man,
Yeah,
I'm an
so,
idiot.
yeah, that's one of those ones where it's like you want to write the name down, then you want to get the name wrong, and you accidentally write the wrong letter. So Sean takes a 4-0 lead there. Question 3, in 2010s. In While We're Young, who plays Ben Stiller's wife, Cornelia?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice for me as well.
All right. Is it A, Gwyneth Paltrow, B, Amanda Seyfried, C, Naomi Watts, or D, Robin Wright? Once again, I just want to shout out Joseph Olivas for writing this match for me. I really appreciate it. Anytime I can get some help, It means the world to me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna start off with Kevin with your pen up. So many. He was
Amanda
like,
Seyfried.
he was like, I'm not writing
Amanda
a letter this
Seyfried.
time. Amanda Seyfried from
Yeah,
Kevin.
that's what I was saying.
And Sean.
I went with a guess with Gwyneth Paltrow.
One guess, 1A, one guess B. The answer is C, Naomi Watts.
I was gonna go with. I literally started writing Naomi Watts.
Question 4 in the 2000s.
God.
In Unbreakable, what is the name of David Dunn's son? Just looking for his first name. Talk about a thinker. We both going to multiple choice or locking in?
I'm going. Yeah, I'm going
multiple choice. All right. Is it A, Brian, B, Joseph, C, Caleb, or D, Sean? You should have wrote Kevin as one of the options. And Henry. And any other names that could be associated with this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sean for 1 point.
I went with a guess with Joseph because I thought he might have been being cheeky.
And Kevin.
I had Sean in my gut, so I went with Sean.
It was, in fact, Joseph. Joseph
He was
Dunn, not all of us.
Killing me.
Question 5. Drama. In which 1980s drama does Robert De Niro and Aidan Quinn play half-brothers?
Ooh.
Joseph Olivas coming in with the heat, huh?
Jesus Christ, is he up?
I'm gonna have to go multiple.
He's like,
Multiple
I
for me
would've
as
done
well.
it. All right, multiple choice for both of you. Is it A, 1900, B, Jackknife, C, The Mission, or D, Reckless? Fun fact, I wouldn't have got it. Both competitors like, it's not very fun.
Repeat the options, please.
Absolutely. Is it A, 1900, B, Jackknife, C, The Mission, or D, Reckless? Joseph Olivas, I know you're watching this. Comment below how many you've gotten right so far. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kevin.
I said Reckless.
And Sean.
I went with The Mission.
It is The Mission. Sometime, I guess you got some secrets under that hat. You're just pulling them out. Your final question in round 1. Horror. The 2010s period horror film The Witch takes place in what century? Five. Are we both locked in?
Yeah, I'm locked
5,
in.
4, 3, 2, 1. Sean.
I went with the 1700s.
And Kevin.
17th century.
17th century is correct. Which is
Oh,
the
1600s.
60, yeah.
1600s.
Yeah. All right, so big 2 points for Kevin there to end out round 1. Sean is still up 6-2, but we're moving into round 2 where it's the +1. Everyone gets to go to the parties, but not alone. Sean, do you remember who your +1 was for today?
Prime.
And Kevin.
Geek.
No shock there. Question 1, we're starting off in Geek. For 2 points, no multiple choice. In Thor Ragnarok, what is the name of the planet ruled by Jeff Goldblum's Grand Master? You would think that they were Usain Bolt with the pens. 5, 4, 3. Could you guys wrote quickly? Okay. 2, 1. Start off with Kevin for geek.
It's the car.
And Sean.
It's a car.
Man, a couple of geeks. 8-4. Question 2. First in crime. No Country for Old Men is set in what decade? Comment below if you guys think Sean's about to go do a kickflip. Just looking like he's a skater boy right now. I'm Batman. Me too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sean.
I believe it's the 1980s.
Kevin?
Shit, if it is, I'm gonna be mad because I changed it to 70s.
You're gonna be mad. It is the 80s.
Man.
Shucks.
Good pull, Sean.
10-4. Second question in geek. After Worf's promotion in Star Trek Generations, Captain Picard receives a message that his brother and nephew were killed how? Now the real question is, did Joseph write this out of passion, or did he just randomly pick a geek movie? Is Joseph a Star Trek fan?
You mind repeating that question for me, please?
Unfortunately. After Worf's promotion in Star Trek Generations, Captain Picard receives a message that his brother and nephew were killed how? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And Kevin.
I just said ship explosion.
And Sean.
I had nothing.
We're looking for in a fire.
Wow.
In a fire.
Right.
Second question in crime. Which 90s crime film has the quote, "For a second, I thought I was dead, but when I heard all the noise, I knew they were cops. Only cops talk that way"? These are one of those where you just have to just sit in silence because you got to say a quote with monotone. You can't really go on about a quote because there's only so much you can say, and that is in fact the quote itself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Double S.
Went with a guess with Goodfellas.
And Kevin.
I said Lethal Weapon.
It was Goodfellas.
Damn, what a...
This was one of those when I was reading, I'm like, oh god, really? And then I was like, I guess, yeah, because Goodfellas is so popular, and that quote is actually memorable now that I think about it. So I was like, that's a pretty good question.
Yeah, it is a good question.
Question 5, your final in geek. In The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, when Thorin almost catches Bilbo with the Arkenstone and asks Bilbo what he has, what does Bilbo show him instead? Just like last time, is Joseph a Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies mega fan? Comment below. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kevin.
Oh, man, I think I just thought of it. I said rock.
And Sean.
Is it the ring, like Sauron's ring?
Kevin, what was your second guess?
The acorn?
It is Acorn.
God dang it.
All right, your final question.
Yep.
Your
Can't
final
think of
question in round 2. This kind of an important thing because in round 3, the most you can get is 9 points. So If Sean gets this and Kevin doesn't, unfortunately, we will not be moving on to round 3. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
At the start of The Silence of the Lambs, Clarice Starling is in training at an FBI academy in what U.S. state? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sean.
I might be angry with myself on this one. I think it's Virginia.
Kevin?
So Maryland.
Unfortunately, we are not going to be moving on to round 3 because it was, in fact, Virginia.
Nice.
So with a knockout, Sean Sandberg is back in full form. Unfortunately, this wasn't the performance that Kevin wanted from himself, and I know he'll talk about that in a second, but I just know, knowing Sean for so many years, that this is the Sean Sandberg that was the reputation leading up to this. So nothing against Kevin in this. He did what he could, but Sean was just out. He's just back in black, and he's back for blood. And Sean, how do you feel now? Obviously, we kind of hinted at this in the pre-talk that, you know, it's a little more fun to play without all the pressure, and these questions were technically hard. Joseph Olivas came to bring it, and you answered a lot of them correct. So what are your thoughts?
Well, I knew if Joseph was writing the question, there's going to be a lot of fastballs just whizzing right behind me and shit like that. No, I mean, like, I guess in terms of, like, getting back into form and stuff like that, I did used to knock people out quite consistently, but, I mean, like, Kevin, you know, like, it really comes down to the fact that, like, sometimes just the questions just don't go your way. Like, I've had that happen before, man. Like, I remember when I played Jake and Michael, the questions just fucked me up. Or when I played Jake and Henry, it was like the questions, like, they just did not go my way on the night. And, dude, the fact of the matter is, you came in, you pulled off a badass upset, and, dude, there's nothing to hang your head about whatsoever. And thank you for playing me tonight, dude.
And we kind of hinted at that. You know, obviously, you know, we're not naive. We know that you're not going to be happy about this. But is it one of those where, you know, the headache kind of came into play? Is it just the questions not that day? Studying for a lot of geek stuff. How do you feel?
I'm not gonna blame you. You know, it's mainly just what questions not in my ballpark. Just, you know, I feel like in the Scott match, I had a lot that were more my way, and this one was just not. And, you know, it happens. Some of them, like the Acorn one, I think of a little too late. So it's things like that that'll eat at me. But it wouldn't have made a difference in the long run. I'm not that great at round 3 anyway, at the IMDb round. So even if we would have continued on, but great match, Sean. I've known you as nothing but a great player in my time here. So I don't know what kind of gap we're talking about, but congratulations and good luck continuing on. Thanks, Henry.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sean, with that being said, I can tell you that you will be playing the winner of Max Vincent and Aaron Knoll. So not what you would expect going into a tournament into this point, but they've been bringing it and just been low key about it. They are the definition of benefiting from no prep, because that's just what they are in terms of their movie knowledge, and they could, you know, obviously upset some people, and I would bring your A game for that one. So,
oh yeah,
as always, if you made this far in the video, you probably liked it. You might as well drop a like on the video. And if somehow you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, you might subscribe to the channel. There will be movies. We are not only doing trivia, but we're also, the Against the Grain podcast is back. Took a hiatus this week because I'm kind of wanting to do a little more format something. I have a couple ideas. The show that I want to come up with called Pitch Perfect, where you pitch your own ideas for whether it's a reboot, a remake, a reimagining of something, and then you just gather around, you pitch your own, and then everyone votes on who they thought was the favorite other than their own, and pretty much have some fun with that, and then some other show ideas that I have in mind. So once again, if you made this far in the video, drop a like on this video and go check out the other videos. I just uploaded 2 matches that are a little behind on the scheduling, which is including the spoiler for this match, Ryan Payne versus Sean Sandberg. I just uploaded that just now, so check that one out first, hopefully before you watch this one. But if you already watched this point, obviously you did it. Henry Confidential, Sean Sandberg, Kevin Poss. Make sure you check out everything Kevin's doing over there at TMG Geek, and have some fun. We're out.